Hi everyone, this is Anjul Pathak and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will learn how to perform calculations in Tableau. So calculations are nothing but it is a piece of code that's made up of functions, operations, and references to other fields, parameters, constants, groups, or sets. And normally this code will always return a value, and sometimes this result will be per row of data, and sometimes it is done at an aggregate level. So there are four types of calculations. One is row level calculation, then aggregate level calculations, then level of detail calculations, and table calculations. So row level calculations, as the name implies, these calculations are performed for every single row of underlying data. The second one is aggregate calculations, and these are performed at an aggregate level. And this aggregate level has to be defined by the dimension being used in the visualization. Now, level of detail calculations are aggregations which are performed at a specified level of detail in the calculation, and these results will always be available at the row level. Table calculations are always performed on the table of aggregate data, which is returned by the data source to Tableau. Okay, now let's go to Tableau and build these calculations. So we will use a data source called as vacation rentals. The link to download this data source I will leave in the description of the video. And this is a small data set. So there's a rental property name, the first name, last name of the customer, the check-in date, checkout date, discount, rent being collected in the tax per night. So let's go here. We will see how many ways are there to create a calculated field. So first one is go to analysis, click on create calculated field. You will get a dialog box where you can type in the name of the field and the logic over here. Okay. Second way is just go to drop down here and click on the create calculated field. It will again open up the dialog box. The third way is whichever field you want to use in the calculation, just click on that field and go to create and click on calculated field. It will again open up the dialog box with the field populated in this calculation already. Then fourth one is where anywhere in this white space in the data pane, just right click and click on create calculated field. Again it will open up dialog box. And last way is to create any ad hoc calculation, just double click on the marks card and write the calculation over here. You can also double click on columns or double click on rows and create any ad hoc calculation in these places, these three places. Okay. Now let's create a calculated field which will be called as full name, right? So I'll be using the first name. I'll concatenate it with say I want to have a space in between first name and last name, and then I want the last name. So this will create the full name. Now first drag first name here, last name here, and then the full name. So you see that full name has been successfully made, right? Now what we can do, okay, let's bring in a rental property here, and now you see that the first part somehow defines the room number and the second part defines the building name. So we can use the split function and separate these two things. Go to calculated field. I'll create the room number. Now the moment I type split function, you will see the help comes in. So it will give you the syntax of the function and the example also to make you understand it. So here I want first string, then delimiter and the part which has to be extracted. So the string is rental property. The delimiter is dash, which you see here in the values, and I want the first part as the room number. So this will fetch the room number. Now drag this. So you see we have fetched the room number. Now I also want to fetch the building name. So rental property again I will have dash as the delimiter, but this time I will fetch the second part. Now fetch the second part over here. Now you see that building name has also come in. So this way you can extend the data basically. And now say if I want to see rent by building name. Okay, so this is possible now. Earlier it was not possible because the rental property, if you see here, this was like this. We could manually sum this for this building, but now we have created a calculated field, and so it's giving me directly the rent collected by each building. So this is possible using calculations. And one thing more here, if you see, for each of these calculations you will see an equal to sign, right? So this way you can identify which are the calculated fields and which are the database fields. Okay, equal to sign has to be there in front of calculated fields. And whenever you want to edit any calculated field, just right click and go to edit. It will open up the dialog box and you can edit the calculation. Another way is to go to analysis and click on edit field, and you can select the field which you want to edit. Okay, so this way you can do the calculations. And another thing is that whichever calculation you are creating, if you want to see whether it has been successfully made for every row, just click on this view data. Okay, view data, if you see, we have all our calculations here, the building name and the room number. These two fields came from the rental property for each of the rows, right? So this is correct. Then the first name and the last name came from full name. This is also correct. Okay, so this way you can verify your data. Okay, and using the dialog box you can always go here and say, now let's say create another field, and you can always go here and select the type of function you want. This way you can just quickly narrow down the function you are looking for, if it's related to only number or string or date or type conversion or logical or aggregate or user or table calculation or spatial. So this way Tableau has categorized all the functions, and you can easily pick the that bucket and select the type or select the function which you want to use. The help will get generated, the syntax will appear, and example will also appear. So this way you can practice all the functions which are there in the Tableau. Okay, now let's move to aggregate calculations field. So we will go here and let's build discount percentage. So we will use the sum aggregation. Okay, sum of discount divided by, let's say, sum of rent. So this basically is an aggregated field. Yes, the discount is being aggregated at some level and rent also, and then division is happening. So this will give me discount percentage, and just right click on this and change the default for properties to percentage using number format. Just click on this. Okay, and now I'll build a different view. So let's say building name, room number, full name, then what was the check-in date and checkout date, and then rent, discount, and discount percentage, and I'll swap these. Okay, so basically now discount percentage is an aggregated calculated field, and if you see here, it's being calculated at the dimensions which are specified in the visualization. So here 0 divided by 1500, 150 divided by 1500, 130 divided by 1300. So this way discount percentage is being defined. Now the moment if I remove these dimensions, 3 dimensions, then the aggregation will change. So you will see that now discount values have changed, rent and discount values have also changed. Okay, and another thing is if I change, if I remove room number also. Now the first building name has only one room, so this will not be impacted. But here there are 2 rooms for the same building. So if I remove the room number, these 2 room number values of rent discount will be aggregated, and so the discount percentage will also change. So let's see this also. see, the first one remains same, but the second one has changed. Okay, this is how the aggregation is performed here. And always remember that this AGG is for aggregation. Basically, this field is already aggregated in the calculation, and this cannot be changed. So if you see this field here, you can always go and change the aggregation level. But whenever you see AGG, you cannot go and change the aggregation. To only way to change the aggregation is go and edit in the field and change the calculation. Okay, and the another thing is that whenever you have an aggregated field, it cannot be converted to dimension. Okay, for example, if you see this field, this can always be converted to dimension. You have the option to convert to dimension, but when you click on the aggregated field, you will not get that option. You don't see that option, convert to dimension. This is because this is an aggregated field and it always looks for a dimension to get visualized in your view. Okay, it always needs some kind of dimension, and if there is no dimension, it will be at an overall table view. Okay, but since it's an aggregated field, it will always perform. It will always be performed at an aggregated level of the dimension which are there in the visualization. So right now, if you see, building name is in the visualization. So everything is happening at the building name. So it's being grouped by building name. So my sum of rent is happening at the building name group by. Same way for discount and same way for discount percentage. So these differences you will have to remember. And let's now look why the row level versus aggregate difference matters. Now for that, let's create a row level calculation. So I'll call this a discount percentage, but at row level. Okay. Now this will be simple discount divided by rent. Okay. There is no aggregation. Okay. So this is row level. Also, if you see, we will get the option to convert to dimension also, because it's a row level and not an aggregation. Now just let me drag this here and let me get it for overall table, and let me expand this. And also I'll have to change the format to percentage for this also. Okay. Now what you see here is actually the entire table's rent is 10,000, discount is 900. Ideally 900 divided by 10,000, which gives 9%. So this is the aggregated level field, which is here 9%. But the new field which we have created at row level gives us the value of 54%. Now why is this the difference, right, between the aggregation and the row level calculation? Now let's go to slide to discuss this. So here if you see, this is the same view which we were just discussing. So in row level calculation, what happens is discount is divided by rent. Discount is divided by rent for each row, and it returns a value for each row. Now these values are present in the table now. Okay, you have extended the table using this calculation, and whenever you pull this field in the visualization, what happens is by default Tableau uses the sum aggregation. So it will sum of row level results, right? So it will sum up all these values. So 10 plus 10 20 plus 20 40 plus 10 50 plus 4 54. So that's why it's showing the 54% result for the row level calculation. And the second option, if you see, it will first aggregate all the discount values. It will aggregate all these rent values using the sum, and then it will divide. Okay, so that's why we are getting the correct answer of 9% over here. So it depends, there's no right or wrong, but it depends on the visualization which you need. Okay, so you need to first be very careful when you are using these calculated fields. You need to know your data, how you want it to be extended, what would be the use case, how the end user wants the data to be displayed. So depending on all these requirements and situations, you first need to take a call whether you want row level calculation to be performed first and then the some sort of aggregation, or you want first some sort of aggregation to be performed and then any type of operation on your data. So these were the key differences between row level and the aggregate calculation. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for your time and thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel to remain updated with my new videos. See you again next time. Thank you.